Welcome to the Next Decision podcast. I'm your host, Jarie Bolander, and I am here with Dennis Kelly, CEO and co-founder of Postalytics. Dennis, welcome to the show.
Jarie, great to be here. Thanks for having me today.
Of course. I definitely had to return the favor when I was on your show. That's the way it works in the podcast world. We get to go to each other's shows because, who's going to come on this anyway? I'm kidding. A lot of people come on. So what was really cool about when I talked with you on your show, and actually what's really cool is how we met through Calix and Subscriber and now broadly just trying to figure out all of these interesting new channels or old channels reimagined. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what Postalytics does? Because I just find this fascinating and I'm like, why didn't I think of this?
Absolutely. Well, Postalytics is what we call a direct mail automation platform. Essentially what we have done is that we have taken a massive legacy marketing channel in direct mail, of which about $38 billion will be spent in 2026 in the United States, and somewhere around 25 billion pieces of mail for marketing purposes will be mailed in the United States in 2026.
Wow.
And so what we're doing is attacking the tech, the layer of tech that produces direct mail campaigns, manages those campaigns, and turns them into meaningful marketing programs. And so it's a big, hairy, audacious goal, right, of transforming this ancient marketing channel into something modern and new. But it's a big channel, it's effective, and it's really had a lack of technology invested in it for the last 30 or 40 years. So that's where the opportunity lies.
So I'm curious, when you say it's an effective channel, what does it mean by effective? And kind of just give us some parameters, because I am sure there's a lot of junior woodchuck, even senior woodchuck marketers that have like, piece of mail, throw that away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of ways to think about that. At the top, when we were starting Postalytics, we would talk to people that sent direct mail. And we said, why do you send direct mail? And they would say to us, well, because I tried stopping once and my sales went down.
Okay. Interesting.
So, and not from one potential customer, from lots of people.
Interesting.
And so, we thought, okay, well, that's a good sign. However, I think we might be able to do better than that in terms of providing a little bit more information about what's working and why. So, what, we typically see is that direct mail is a very effective tool for certain types of companies, for certain types of audiences. It's not for everybody, right? And I think that while there may be some of those long form letter packages that still go out and are 12 pages of beautifully written content that maybe a certain segment of the audience is reading, with bated breath. I think that there's been a lot of change in the approach over the years. Mm-hmm. And so today, direct mail is a very, very effective part of what we call omni-channel marketing, where there are multiple channels being deployed, and direct mail often acts as sort of an interrupter, right? An attention grabber. You are exposed to, over the course of any given day, somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 digital ads of some type.
Yeah.
depending upon how much time you're spending scrolling on Instagram, of course.
That is true.
And somewhere in the ballpark of 100 to 300 emails per day.
Oh, easily, yeah.
That you're getting. And so it's really, really hard to break through the noise, in particular to consumers and certain business audiences. But our business is roughly 80-20 B2C versus B2B.
Oh, okay.
And so, our customers are finding, consumer audiences that are receptive to their stories. And in effect, the average mailbox today has somewhere between 8 and 12 pieces of mail that arrive, depending on time of the year and some other things. And so, when you pick up a piece of mail, you have to deal with it. You have to hold it in your hand. You have to look at it. You have to make an active decision. Well, what am I going to do with this thing? I have to carry it inside. Maybe I hand it to a significant other. Maybe I set it aside. I deal with it again. You're dealing with a physical thing that has a brand name on it and a headline and a call to action. And so whether you deal with that thing at that time or not, it is making a far deeper impression on your brain than the 3,000 to 5,000 digital ads that are scrolling by me, in a haze. And so it is a far more expensive thing to do, right? It's on a unit basis, it's more expensive. But if your product has a higher long-term value for a customer, then, it can be a very, very effective channel, especially when deployed with email and with digital. And so everybody's singing from the same song sheet.
Interesting. So obviously not in isolation, not as effective. Part of an omni-channel plan. Excuse me. And you mentioned that 80% B2C and 20% B2B. What is the criteria for what is a good, I mean, you mentioned long-term value as an example, but I mean, I'm just curious, what's the profile of a company that this would be good for? Because there's a lot of marketing channels, obviously, and it's always good to kind of know. I mean, you always got to, I personally think you always need a mix, like a marketing mix. Again, multi-channel is the way to go. Also think brand building is something that's the dirty little word, and B2B SaaS, among other things. And, this seems to be one of those things where it's just another touch point, another way to sort of get your brand out there. But yeah, I'm curious, what's the criteria for good candidate that this will be a success for?
Sure. So the companies that are most successful using direct mail range across a wide variety of industries. We see at Postalytics a tremendous uptick in the number of telecom and broadband service providers using the platform.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of going crazy there right now. But we also, we have a lot of financial services organizations, banks, wealth management companies. We have a ton of nonprofits that are using Postalytics to drive donations and different outreach to donors. We have companies in the home services space, so many of them, local companies that are, your landscapers, your painting companies, your electricians, your plumbers, your home heating people. They're getting rolled up. A lot of those smaller businesses are getting rolled up into organizations that are investing more thoughtfully in their tech stack and in their marketing programs. And so there's really a wide variety of industries from a direct mail perspective. Really, any size business can have direct mail deployed for them or deploy it themselves. We have a self-serve environment. you're a small business, you can log in, you can generate direct mail campaigns as easily as if you were sending email. A lot of very small businesses will rely on agencies to help them. And so we have an agency platform where agencies can run campaigns on behalf of their clients. And then we really are focusing a lot of our time and energy today in the mid-market because that's where we feel that there's an underserved audience and an audience that is likely to be attracted to the idea that, hey, I can make this direct mail program a part of my tech strategy as opposed to a completely offline thing that is sort of measured by the intuitive notion if my sales went up or down based on whether I sent this or not. Right. So
what a great, it's just such from the gut, like shoot from the hip kind of thing. Like, well, if I don't do it, sales go down. I don't know why it works, but just
exactly.
It's like that button in the corner, right? It's like that button. Yeah. Why is that button always on? Hold on. No, don't touch the button.
That's right. And don't ask questions. Just do it.
Just don't touch the button. I love it. That's great. Cool. So from the B2B side, like what are some of the companies on the B2B side that are benefit the most from it?
Yeah. So, I think that the pandemic impacted the way that B2B companies think about direct mail quite a bit. Mm-hmm. And there are now fewer people in offices.
Yeah, that's true.
And so the ability to focus on industries where you have good address data obviously makes sense. And so decision makers that are in office, increasingly now financial services, back in the office. Healthcare has always been in the office, right? You're not providing healthcare on a remote basis, or very, very little healthcare is done remotely. B2B tech, increasingly in office. And so we're seeing the industries in the B2B side that have a high level of confidence that they can put a piece of mail in the mail stream and it will arrive and be handed to somebody to take a look at, is sort of the threshold, right? If you're dealing with small tech startups, they're highly distributed, probably not the best channel.
Yeah, that's
right.
A good idea.
So it's those industries where that people are going to be there.
So the ones that that will actually be in the office. Yeah, that's a good point. So that's probably mostly going to be bigger companies or like in industries that are, to your point, like healthcare, you really can't do remote unless you're, remote therapist or whatever. Financial services, they make them go into the office for some reason.
They're making them go in. Exactly.
Yeah, it's like, come in, it's more productive. No, I don't think so, but whatever. Okay, fine, boss. I will drink the bad corporate coffee and eat your Pop-Tarts. Okay, and so I'm assuming that there's there's good direct mail and bad direct mail, right? Like the letter idea that I just said from Gary Halpert. Does your platform provide like, okay, hey, look, based on our however many, I should probably ask you how many pieces of mail you guys have sent over the almost 10 years you've been in business, but I'm assuming that the platform will kind of guide you through because my guess is, and this is just me being random, that there's probably some best practices that you should adhere to. So how does your platform handle that? Is there I dare say AI thing in there somewhere?
Yeah. What we see typically is that we have sets of users that know exactly what they want to do, and they're able to create an account. They're able to purchase data through our platform or upload data, list data from other places, build creative that speaks to an audience, and execute campaigns with a few clicks of a button. And so, those people operate on a highly self-serve basis. Mm-hmm. A lot of our more sophisticated clients are really focused on working with our client success managers in specific industries because we get these concentrations of customers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we're able to see, well, what are people doing? What are the trends within a particular industry? What are the campaigns that are moving the needle from a response perspective? And then we're able to collaborate and work together to help put the pieces in place that are necessary in order for them to be successful. And so, so that sort of interview understanding of the tech stack, the data situation, the audience, there are a lot of things. I think AI is contributing and helping our team provide that, but it's not just an agent interface at this point where you're being interviewed by Dennis the chatbot and
Dennis the chatbot.
Yes, my alter ego. Dennis the chatbot is telling you.
That's a dumb idea. Dennis doesn't think you should do that.
Exactly.
Sorry. I don't think
this is
the Dennis
where it's all
bot
going,
will not
right?
say that. I'm pretty sure the Dennis bot will. No, I mean, so you mentioned the clustering of your client. You said BSPs, which is where, for those of you broadband service providers or people that give you the internet, that's where you and I first met as our subscriber stuff. And we look forward to deploying a lot of what you guys are doing with some of our clients as well. Home services seems like a pretty good bucket. All sorts of home services. I get those things in the mail all the time. Hey, come with, I don't have a lawn, but like, hey, we can help you, clean your house or whatever. Nonprofit seems like a pretty solid one too. I know a lot of nonprofit people that send to their list. Real estate agents seem like another one. And so you mentioned, it should be probably huge, right?
Huge.
Yeah. Crazy. How
insurance, travel.
Oh yeah. Right. Like those, it just seems like those, I mean, it's like those things that are, I don't want to say boring business because they're not boring, but they're like things you need. Like everyone needs internet. Everyone needs insurance. Everyone, whatever. Unlike the SaaS stuff, right? Which is like, who needs this tool or that tool? So it's almost like, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's those services-based businesses, both B2B and B2C, where, look, I need a lawyer, I need an accountant. Like traditional, I would say, is maybe the word to use, but did I get that right?
Yeah, I think so. And there are a lot of B2B gifting platforms that are used for kind of interrupt-driven B2B sales. Like, hey, I'm going to ship a box, an empty iPad box with a postcard inside. And I open it up and it says, if you take a demo with me, you'll get the iPad that goes with this, right?
Oh, so you do more than just postcards. You can pretty much ship.
We don't.
Oh,
we don't.
Okay.
Yeah, we do more than postcards, but we don't do gifting. Gifting is sort of another, we'll call it a sector within the direct mail world. And so there are tech platforms out there like Sendoso that are designed for those kind of gifting programs that are more kind of rifle shot. Yeah. I'm going to send 16 of these out this quarter because that's what my budget can handle.
Yeah. And I'm sending
what we're talking about is more scale.
Yeah.
These are scaled mailings that are printing on paper at, relatively low price points compared to the gifting things.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. And do you? Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So postcards of different sizes, letters with different types of inserts and exterior envelopes, foldable mailers that have adhesives and they kind of unfold to tell a story. Those things can all be packaged up and mailed at relatively low price points because the USPS has defined a set of criteria of size and thickness and weight that qualify for postage discounts. And so what we're doing is we are packaging up creative formats into those sizes that fit within those criteria so that folks can scale their programs and do that on an automated basis or programmatic way, as opposed to the more bespoke types of campaigns.
Okay. Why do you think people are coming back to this? I'm assuming people are coming back to it, and I don't know why. That's why I'd love your thoughts. But because it's interesting, what is old is new again kind of thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I'm asking is I'm personally trying to figure out this channel because I get asked about it. And, what are some of the reasons people are coming back?
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
If you got an email today from a bank.
Yeah.
And it had a link in it.
Yeah.
Would you click on it?
Depends on the bank.
Mm-hmm.
I typically don't click on any of that stuff, really.
And why is that?
Actually, it depends on if I'm in the market for a bank.
Mm-hmm.
But typically I'll scan it and be like, yeah, junk. Or I think the other thing is it never shows up because it goes to spam or it goes to promo.
There's one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah. There's a magic filter out there that is hiding a lot of stuff from you.
Right? Yeah. I mean, apparently when I go look at that, it's like, wow, that's a lot of stuff.
So that's number one. And number two, how many stories have you heard where somebody clicks on a link from a bank and all of a sudden they are part of a spoofing scam?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I didn't think of that. You're right. So a lot. Yeah, you're right. Happens a lot.
There's a bigger theme around trust.
Trust. Okay.
Trust is at a premium.
Yes.
In our society.
Yes.
In our marketing.
Yes.
And brands that send mail are rated as more highly trusted than brands that do not. Yes. Mail is a very highly trusted source of information. That's why things like registered mail exists.
Huh.
And so when you need to communicate with an audience and you need to give them information that is important that they trust, it is a far more effective channel at scale than other channels. And so people are responding to things because they can hold it in their hand. They can go look up that company without getting some sort of, spam spoofware loaded in their browser, without, getting into, my uncle, the king of Nigeria, has been kidnapped. He's being held into jail, right? And I just need.
How'd you get the letter out?
I just need $15,000. It'll free up $15 million, which I'll cut you in on, right? As soon as he gets out. So
very, very, very creative, those Nigerians.
Mail is too expensive.
Yes.
For spammers and spoofers. Generally, it's very, very low incidence of untrustworthy characters in the mail.
Although my fiance got something the other day that really annoyed her, and it was one of these, it was really upsetting to her. She's like,
oh,
this guy should be illegal, but that's rare that way. And it was a certain event that happened that, I remember when my late wife's estate, I literally forgot a bank account, right? And then it got abandoned, and then I got on a list. How the hell this happens, I don't know. Got on a list, and then I would just get inundated with emails and phone calls and direct mail saying, I can help you get your account back. And I'm all, I don't even know what the heck is, So it does exist. And I think it's when it comes to those high value triggers, right? Like, aha,
Right.
You're on a list, people owe you money or you get owed money, and I can help you recover it. If you don't know that, literally, it's not that hard to do once you figure it out. Right. but there's that, and then other things. So, okay. So high trust, and it's high cost. Therefore, the ROI is not. If you're a nefarious actor, the ROI is going to be like, people are going to figure this out, right?
It's way cheaper to carpet bomb email, or set up some nefarious website that is trying to capture your Apple ID, right? And and hook that up to a digital ad or an email.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't think of the trust.
Trust is a huge thing, and there's a great survey every year from a firm called Edelman. They call it the Edelman Trust Ranking or something like that. Mm-hmm. And the trust in institutions in Western society has been declining drastically for the last decade. Mm. And so if you're a brand and you want to communicate with an audience in a way that is trustworthy, you have to think about that a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think the Nigerian princes spending. I mean, how much does this cost? I mean, it obviously it's more than a penny and less than a pound, right?
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's clearly more expensive because you're physically shipping something and whatever. Can you give a ballpark, or is that just not possible?
No, yeah, for sure. So on a unit basis, there are a lot of economies of scale in this business, and so as you are able to bring more volume to a program, the unit costs can be driven down. But, generally they're landing somewhere between 50 cents and $1.
Okay.
On a unit basis.
Okay.
Right. And so, programs will often have, 3 to 7 touches associated with a campaign. And so it's pretty easy to do the math.
And then I'm assuming, since, you're trying to make it as easy as sending an email, that you do have some analytics, some sort of like close the loop, so that you can see what's happening, quote unquote. I mean, back in the day, I think it was the book Scientific Advertising by Claude somebody. I always forget the guy's name. But like the thing written in like 1885. And what did he do? He put in his ad, he put little codes and tucked the codes that we could scientifically I mean, stuff hasn't changed. It's just like the mechanisms changed, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you have something like that, or like, how does that work?
Yeah. We have created a platform that enables marketers to generate unique QR codes for each piece of mail in each campaign.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then assign those QR codes to a contact, and then link that contact back into the tech stack, right? So when a piece of mail arrives, Jarie opens it up, it's giving you a pitch, and it says, hit this QR code to respond. You hit the QR code, and then what we are capturing is the fact that, okay, well, Jarie hit this QR code at this date and time from this piece of mail from this campaign.
Yeah.
Here's where he went online, and did he hit the conversion URL or not?
Right.
And so we can set up an entire conversion funnel within these QR code scans.
Right.
And so we're able to provide, a level of attribution directly within the platform. We then have the ability to pull other attribution data in from point of sale systems,
Yep.
e-commerce systems, billing systems, et cetera, right? So that we can get a fuller picture of of attribution. But generally those QR codes, they're giving you, some, 25, 50% of the response is captured there. So as you're watching your testing, which our best customers are constantly testing, moving up and down, you can zero in and focus on the things that are working, throw out the losers, and start and keep testing. And so that's really how a lot of our clients are using the platform.
Cool. Excellent. Yeah. Thanks for explaining that. It is kind of cool. It's almost like what you do with digital ads, right? Oh, this campaign's working, not working, double down on that, which is a good way to go, right? So So Dennis, part of the show we always like to end with. So what's the next decision that you have to make in your business? You could say about that, or the next decision that maybe people should think about when they're doing this direct mail channel. What are you thinking?
So you don't want to hear about my dinner decision for some.
I know right now you are snowed in somewhere in Boston. So probably not lobster, I don't think. Sorry, I know that's cliche, but y'all can handle it. Us snowflakes over here, and figurative snowflakes here in San Francisco, California can't. But no, so you can tell me what you want for dinner too. No, but what, in your business, what's the next decision that you have to make? Are you thinking?
So I'm very operational right now. Like Q1, we're heads down, ripping out processes, adding new processes in. So we are changing the way that our client success organization, who's responsible for onboarding customers, for maximizing their usage, and trying to get them to really get the most value out of the platform, the handoff between the sales team and the client success team. And so we are re-engineering that right now so that our client success team can get more visibility into our customers earlier in the sales process so that they can hit the ground running with a better set of criteria of what are the goals, what are the challenges, what are the pain points, what are the first few things that we can creatively come up with together to really move the needle in the first 30 days of our engagement.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
So we are right now, I'm literally in the process of ripping apart the old process and putting in a new one. And so we're making a variety of decisions around where exactly, at what time of that engagement should we bring client success in? And we don't want it to slow down a sale.
Right.
But at the same time, if we don't bring them in, then all of a sudden we're starting, all over from scratch.
Yeah.
After the contract gets thrown over the transom, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that doesn't work. So this is the stuff I think about during the day. I'm worried about how
for dinner, I think.
Exactly. Yeah.
Excellent. And then is there anything that people should think about if they are going to go down like the direct mail channel, just how to think about it? And obviously they could use your stuff or not use your stuff, but if this is a new channel to you, what are you thinking they should be asking? Which decisions they should make about it?
So I always ask people this question. If you were to hire a salesperson and that salesperson made 100 phone calls and left messages at 100 prospects and then never picked up the phone again, what would you say? What would you say about that sales rep?
You mean if they still work there?
Exactly. Yes. Probably unsuccessful, right?
Yeah. Probably unsuccessful would be, yes. I think not best practice. But yes.
Not best practice.
Right.
I bring this analogy up because I can't tell you the number of folks that I speak with that say, you know, I want to try direct mail. I've heard it's coming back.
Yeah.
My other stuff, email open rates are dropping.
Yeah.
Digital stuff's driving me crazy. Right. I want to try it out. Great. Yeah. So let's talk about a plan. Well, my plan is I was going to send out one campaign and then look at the response.
Yeah.
And I say, well, you know, that's as likely to be successful as that sales rep.
Yeah. Right.
That's
a good point.
Makes 100 phone calls.
Yeah. It's a good point.
Right. So it needs to be thought about programmatically.
Mm-hmm.
Campaigns need to be thought through with multiple touches, with a progression of messages. And it needs to be done in a way where you can test. You can test audiences. You can test calls to action. You can test headlines. You can test every part of this. It's not that hard. And we have software that helps make that happen.
Dennis, I really appreciate it. And it's such a fascinating thing. Seems like a great way to go. So thanks for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
Great. Jarie, really appreciate it. You can give Postalytics a try. Hit our website. You can sign up for a free account. It's super easy and fast. We'd love to speak with you. So reach out if you're interested in automating your direct mail program. If you're interested in not automating it and doing it the old-fashioned way, then you can do that. You're just going to spend a lot more time and energy in doing so. So thanks so much. Really appreciate being on the show.